What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Late Night with yours truly, man, DTLF. Glad to be on live with y'all. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Justin? Vincent, I see y'all, man. Darius, all my day ones in here, man. Appreciate y'all. Uh, Definitely got to check out Empire Jeff's Pizza episode on his channel, Empire Jeff TV, man. Definitely saw it. Good laughs, man. And very insightful as always. But how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing today? Hopefully everybody is good. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend, or should I say tonight, right? Keep forgetting this is a nighttime video. Hopefully you guys had an awesome weekend. I know I did, man. Very excited. Went to SoFi. It was a wonderful experience there with my family and friends, and it was awesome. And I'll tell you, man, that was the most beautiful arena I've ever been in as far as football goes. And it was stunning. They even had a mariachi band out there playing some bangers, so that was pretty cool. Um, but I witnessed the Battle of LA, and everybody knows whose house it was. Come on, man. Come on, somebody. Everybody knows whose house it was, right? The only team in LA that have a championship since coming back, and that is the Rams house, baby. So it didn't matter. There was Charger fans scattered all over the arena, right? And they got the win, but it's only preseason, so it doesn't count. At the end of the day, I'll say this: definitely like how Stenson Bennett looked. I definitely there's a couple of young pieces I liked. We got a lot of work to do. Our run stop defense, we need some work there, but it's all good. It was all fun in games. We really started off with our third stringers, and we let our rookie quarterback get a crack at it the second quarter. So that was fun. It got fun from that point on. So I love what I saw, man. Definitely had a blast. But there really is no Battle of LA. You know what it is, baby. Rams house all day, every day, twice on a Saturday, and that's when we went. So, but I would definitely love to go again. I mean, I had a blast. Shout out to my brother Mookie for the 4 tickets he copped us, man. It means the world. And then I was able to bless my brother as well with a ticket and my cousin, so that was cool. But all in all, it was a great, wonderful weekend, and I'll say hopefully everybody else had a great weekend as well. Now, we kicked off with some bangers today because, as you guys know, what happened with James Harden, right? You guys saw what happened. I will talk a little bit about Austin Reaves as well as we progress. I see Iron Lion is asking me about Austin Reaves, so I got you, bro. But for to start off with the news of the day, and that's James Harden apparently was disgruntled because something happened, right? But here's the clip. Roll the tape.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
So there you have it. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of his any organization that he's associated with. Basically, is what he said. Now, a lot of people don't know what this is about, right? They don't know what this is about. So apparently, we all know there was some ongoing negotiations. I do believe that James Harden believes he's worth more than he might be, right? He's not as an impactful player as he was under the Mike D'Antoni system with the Houston Rockets, all right? Where Daryl Morey was once there and catered to him. Well, catered to him no more, apparently, because, you know, it's very interesting to know that their relationship isn't good. And by the way, this is over some pizza that apparently he was promised pizza every Fridays, and that Daryl Morey didn't make good on his promise. So how does James Harden react? By taking his problems to China. Oh, and by the way, he was talking to some kids, right, on one of his basketball tours or whatever. But I find it very interesting, very interesting that there's drama in Houston. We have a problem, but I can't say Houston no more because now he's in Philly, right? So not so much brotherly love going on over there. But what do you guys think of that situation? Whose side are you taking? Are you with James Harden, who, by the way, he's on his third team in like 4 years, right? This dude, he's become the journeyman, and I think he's got to take a good hard look in the mirror and see what the problem is. It might start with you, James Harden. Maybe Kobe was right when he said your style of basketball isn't exactly winning basketball, right? However, we all know that front office and general managers and execs, they lie, and they lie a lot. And maybe they got James Harden to take less money by selling him a championship, by adding players like PJ Tucker, et cetera, et cetera. And when it didn't work out, he wanted a full contract max extension. There's two sides to every story. That's all I'll say about that situation. But yeah, what do you guys think of the Harden situation? Whose side are you guys on? See my guy here saying that Harden is no saint. I 110% agree, man. I 110% agree with that. Um, let's see here. What's new, Dan? There's rumors that the Lakers might be trading Rui for Jarrett Allen for a center. What do you think if it goes through, Dan? I don't believe any rumors that are happening right before training camp. We just re-signed Rui Hachimura. I don't think they re-signed him with the intent of trading him. To be honest with you, man, keep it a buck 50. So I haven't heard these rumors, but if they're out there, they probably have no validity to them. There's a better chance of us signing a big in free agency. You still got Bismack Biyombo, JaVale might be available, and as well as obviously Christian Wood, one of the bigger names. So there's a higher chance of that happening than for for your scenario to happen. So I'll say I doubt it, and I don't want to trade Rui. I think he's a bright part of this future moving forward, and I'm very excited to have him on board. By the way, somebody asked me about Austin Reaves' performance, and I'll tell you this: he had 9 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, right, versus Puerto Rico on 4 for 9 shooting, and then his performance only got better and better, which is what Austin Reaves does. Then he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists versus Serbia on 4 for 6 shooting. Then 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on 4 out of 6. Off the bench, he's doing all this damage. And then the last one was versus Spain. So I'll tell you right off the bat, Austin Reaves is ready for a leap year this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say it. I'm proud to say it loud and proud. And he's representing his country and his city of Los Angeles extremely well. So I'm very proud of that kid right now. He's done everything. He's the best player off the bench. And at times, he looks like the best player on the court, if I'm being quite frank, right? And this is taking all bias out of the way. This is just straight basketball analysis. I mean, he's a very smart player. The floor spacing is amazing when he's out there. High basketball IQ. He makes the right decisions. He takes the shots and he makes the shots during clutch situations, and he's playing defense. So I think it's a dream scenario for Austin. For Steve Kerr as a coach of Team USA. He is killing it. He's absolutely, positively killing it. But moving on, next subject, guys. Today was Magic Johnson's birthday, so I, along with the rest of the Laker Nation, want to wish Magic Johnson a very happy birthday. Best point guard of all time. And I was watching Winning Time today as well. It really breaks down how Magic Johnson matured in that episode 1 of season 2. So I love it, man. Magic is just he's been one of the main pillars of Los Angeles. He'll continue to be that. And we've been so blessed to have him here in our history and still with the city, still with us, thank God. So shout out to Magic Johnson, man, the greatest point guard of all time. You can argue a wall. If we're talking about a pure point guard, 6'10", with the handles of a saint and the court vision. He had eyes behind his head, the court vision of a god. I mean, this dude was phenomenal. And he still is. He's still an entrepreneur. He's still, one of the best businessmen in the business. So shout out to him. Absolutely love Magic Johnson, man. One of the greatest smiles, greatest personalities. I've heard people met him, and he's a great dude. Just happy birthday to Magic. The Magic, man. Any Christian Wood update? No updates. Really, still the same thing. He's still weighing his options. I'll get you guys with an update when it happens. What do I think Austin Reaves' ceiling is? On this team, I think he can be an all-star. I think he can be an 18-point-per-game scorer with 6 assists, and he can do it quite efficiently. I think he can do that. For sure. Why not? Right? Why not? He said Rui, faster, better shooter version of James Worthy. Now, I wouldn't say that. To me, they're two completely different players. When I think of James Worthy, there's nothing like him. He was an Army Swiss knife, two-way player. They called him big game for a reason. I mean, this dude would show up and have big games. We can't throw that type of praise at Rui's direction yet. He needs to prove himself. So even though he did last postseason, he has a great ceiling. We need to see it consistently and year after year in order for him to even get anywhere near big game James. But I kind of get what you're saying. Like big size, good two-way player. I can kind of see kind of. But remember, James Worthy was the first overall pick, and rightfully so. This guy was tremendous, man. Nothing like big game. And the only player actually compared to big game James, but obviously, he was more selfless probably than big game, and probably not as good defensively, but pretty similar. It was probably Lamar Odom, just because they can do multiple things, and they were just clutch players when we needed them to be. and just tremendous talent. But even that's a little bit off as far as the comparison goes. Money making Magic. Eminem. I feel you, bro. Magic is just tremendous, and we're lucky to have him. I'm glad he's still with us. I wish Kobe was still with us, but Magic, holding down the fort in LA right for now. We need a face for the city, and he's always been that. Kane Carter, appreciate you, bro. He says Simmons, Harden are the biggest babies I've seen. Sick. Yeah, well, James Harden is somebody that I would stay far away from if I was the Lakers or any other franchise with, their head screwed on properly. Now, the only team it makes sense that would want to trade for Harden would be a franchise that's not taken serious. I mean, Clippers come to mind. The Houston Rockets wanted him early in the offseason. So, you know what I'm saying? Teams like that nobody takes serious, and maybe, yeah. But not our Lakers. Thank God. By the way, guys, I binge watched all of Twisted Metal, and it was a heck of a series. I'm glad to see my childhood video games coming to life and putting in work. I mean, very awesome origin story. I think Anthony Mackie was great in the lead role, and his co-star was also solid. Um, Sweet Tooth kind of steals the show in the series, but it's just a phenomenal series. I recommend anybody who likes action, adventure, and somewhat of a goofy comedy. It's not like straight up comedy, but it's goofy silliness, and you kind of become endeared to the character. So yeah, I'd give Twisted Metal season 1 an 8.5 out of 10. That's pretty high in my book. Again, I'm a harsh critic when it comes to these stuff, so I definitely recommend it. Is there any series you guys have been watching? I just started getting into Winning Time season 2. Unfortunately, I can't binge it, but I love binging shows when I get a chance. But yeah, that's the one I'm on right now. What are you guys watching, and what do you guys recommend now that we're finishing up with the summer and heading into halfway through August and heading into September? What would you guys recommend for your boy? Because I'd love to get into something new. He said James Worthy be having beautiful women though. Saw him many times in South Coast Plaza. Hey, let a player play. Once a player, always a player. Can't hate on the player. You gotta hate on the game, right? Let James Worthy and his Cuban cigar play, man. Let him do his thug thizzle. He said SGA doesn't cause drama, and John Morant does. I'm glad my Thunder are drama free. I'm right there with you, man. I'm glad the Lakers are drama free as well. We got rid of the Brickmaster 2000, and as a result, now we are free of drama. So I agree. What do you think we can get for D'Lo? It's way too early to be asking that question. I like D'Lo where he's at right now. Um, I don't think we should touch D'Lo right now. We should just let him rock. We got a lot of guard depth. Obviously, we got D'Lo, we got Gabe Vincent, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Christie as a backup guard, all those guys. So let's see who wins the minutes, the starter minutes, and who can hold down the fort. Do you like the NFL? I love the NFL. It's my second favorite sport after basketball. I'm a diehard Rams fan. It's always Lakers first, though. I'll tell you this: it was a wonderful experience at SoFi Stadium. That was pretty close, but nothing touches going to Staples, man. It's still my favorite place to be in the world, and the environment is awesome in both places. But yeah, Staples Center is still our favorite, man, when it comes to. But I love SoFi. SoFi was a very close second. I mean, the area was so beautiful, guys. We parked like a block away and we walked. And it just reminded me when I used to live down there in LA, just being there with my people, just mobbing it over to the game, seeing the wonderful scenery. There was only one thing that bothered me, and that was that ugly ass toilet dome that they're building right there, right in the city of Inglewood. So, yeah, that thing was pretty ugly and it was blocking my view. But outside of that, everything was beautiful in the city, man. They even got a nice theater nearby. We stopped by to use the restroom, and that thing was awesome. They had robots serving people. According to my brother, I did not see, right? But he went in there and he said there were robots serving people. So the future is here, ladies and gentlemen. It is here and is here to stay, whether we like it or not. Dan, have you been hearing about Rachel Zegler controversy lately? I have no clue what you're talking about, bro. Absolutely not. So I won't comment on it because I haven't heard about it. There are no more Breaking Bad shows? Nah, man, there's nothing like that right now that I know of. I don't know. If you guys recommend anything, that'd be great. When is training camp? I believe it starts like in late September. It usually does, like in the 25th or 26th, around there. We'll have media day, and then we'll head into training camp, then preseason, and then, of course, regular season. I can't wait, guys. I've been having dreams of the Lakers winning championship. My guy Empire Jeff says, I'm rewatching The Sopranos. He says, such a damn good show. I've never seen it, bro. I'm ashamed to say I've never seen it. So I can't wait to see it, my brother. I probably will be tapping in for sure. He said, D'Lo, to me, I just can't trust in the playoffs. Well, guess what? Guess what? You can't trust him in the playoffs, but that's why we got that insurance policy by the name of Gabe Vincent, who's very trustworthy in the playoffs, according to last year, right? So that's okay. You know, even if we get regular season D'Lo, remember he was a huge part of the reason why we turned the season around, and people just wanted to throw that away. But no, you're not going to get better bang for your buck than when we did with the D'Lo contract. So I'm happy the Lakers got bargain players out of the bargain bin all summer long, and I can't wait to see them all. He said the 2022 Super Bowl was the greatest of all time. Man, halftime show still gives me chills. Yeah, that West Coast is just original, man. It's awesome. I feel you. I feel you, King. And just the fact that it happened at SoFi, everybody that was blessed enough to be there, man. Congratulations. This is a historic moment, and we held it down. Uh, Prince said, Dan, Wood wants to play for the Heat. As we always say, is if a player doesn't want to be a Lakers, then he is not Laker material. Don't want to judge the guy, though. Well, I mean, if he's a little confused, that's on him. He'll find out soon enough, though. He made a mistake if he passes on our Lakers, right? It's a golden opportunity, right? It's not a lot of people that pass up the golden opportunity to wear the golden armor, uh, live to tell the happy tale about it, right? What I'm trying to say is they regret it sooner or later. I mean, Paul George passed it up, and now look at him. He looks miserable talking about he's on the outside looking in, even though he's in LA. Doesn't really feel like a LA person, right? Because he's on the flippers. So if you pass up on a golden opportunity, you will live to regret it for the rest of your life. And Christian Wood has a golden opportunity. If he wants to regret it, that's on him. But somebody else will definitely capitalize on that. So we'll see what happens. Not going to lose any sleep over Christian Wood. Would be nice to have him, but if not, we'll move in a different direction. I'm sure the Lakers have a plan B, C, D, all of that, all of the above. Uh, can you do a brief ranking of the Western Conference as it stands right now? Well, you know what, Vincent? I'm going to wait till free agency ends and we head into training camp, and I'll give you all that content. I will do a power ranking right before training camp starts when I know that the rosters are complete. I would hate to rank teams now and then have to move them around if they acquire or make a trade. You know, Damian Lillard's still on the trade market. James Harden's still out there. And the Lakers still have 2 open roster spots. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for that one, bro. I'll take a rain check on your question. It's a good one. Empire Jeff says training camp starts October 3rd. Oh, okay. So we pushed it back a little bit. Usually starts in September. But October 3rd, that's just fine. Unless you mean preseason, right? Hopefully we don't confuse those two things. As hard as it was losing in the Western Conference Finals, it still felt good getting there. Knowing we got further than the Suns and the Warriors, hopefully this will show them that karma is real. It feels good, but it never feels good to lose, especially the further you get, the harder it is to lose, right? I hope the Lakers don't feel as good as you do, bro. Evan, I need them to be hungry. I need them to feel the pain of loss and to be looking for a revenge season. That's what I need from them. Yeah, and we come back with a vengeance, we'll be straight. Dan, who do you think is the most underrated Laker of all time? I'm going with Jordan Farmar. Oh, that's a great one. I like Jordan Farmar, man. UCLA product out of Taft. Definitely like Jordan Farmar. He was one of my favorite Lakers at the time. Most underrated Laker. That's tough, business. There's been so many good underrated Lakers. I mean, I don't think we talk about Elgin Baylor enough. So if I got to go with a superstar who can score on all kinds of levels and had the size, we don't talk about Elgin Baylor enough. I think I'm going to go with Elgin Baylor, right? And I know he was out of our time, most of us, but yeah, Elgin Baylor for sure. You said media day is on October 2nd and training camp is October 3rd. All right. Yeah, I guess we're pushing it back a little bit. But that's fine. October is my favorite month of the year anyway, so I'm good with it, man. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, whenever it starts, we'll be ready, right? Training camp, preseason, training camp, all of that. We love it, man. Us hoop junkies, we stay up the night before just hoping, for the night to be over with so we can get into some training camp and some preseason, and even media day gets us hyped every year. So excited. He said, I recommend the show. This Fool. It is funny. This Fool, is that what it's called? He said, it is on Hulu and it has 2 seasons. We love your show. My son and husband watch it all the time. Keep up the good work. Always a Laker fan. Awesome. Much love, Alicia. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love to your husband and your son as well. We all family. And thank you. I'll definitely check it out. He said the show is called This Fool. All right, I got to check it out on Hulu. Thank you for the recommendation. I've been looking for some good recommendations. I know Laker Nation, the most wonderful fans in the world always have the best recommendations. So I'll check it out. Glenn Rice, Eddie Jones is up there for sure. Rick Fox, I don't know about Rick Fox. He did the dirty work. He wasn't like a Hall of Famer type. Um, did I hear about Trevor Ariza going through bankruptcy? No, I did not, man. He said, why do you think athletes go broke? Well, the more money you make, the more you spend. That's one thing I even know from experience, man. When I've gotten good checks, it goes so fast, and next thing you know, you're you're getting close to to your limits. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, bro. You know what? Prayers up for all those, struggling. The economy is bad. I'll say that in their defense. Elgin was a problem. I know, bro. I've seen Elgin Baylor film, and I think this is why he's my most underrated uh, Laker of all time, because I don't see too many experts when we talk about the Laker legends. We talk about Kareem, rightfully so, Magic, Kobe, obviously, Shaq, Gasol, now LeBron, et cetera. But I rarely hear the name Elgin Baylor, and I think we need to start giving him his flowers because dude was just tremendous. You're talking about a modern day wing who was way ahead of his time. So I have to give him his flowers. Let's see here. My guy said, yes, Elgin was great in the sports arena era, averaged 38 before serving his country. That's awesome. That is awesome. My guy said, Dan, do you remember Sun Yu on the Lakers? I do. The little, was he Chinese? I think Chinese point guard, right? Who was supposed to be the Chinese Magic Johnson. Oh, man, I was excited when I heard that. And then when we see them play, just, not everybody pans out, unfortunately. But yeah, I remember him. I remember everybody, man. I've been watching Lakers basketball for so long. I remember everybody. You asked me about a player, I remember him. Everywhere from Slava Medvedenko, who when he used to stink it up, I used to call him Slava Medvedenko. I remember Sasha, obviously, Brian Cookie, um, everybody, DJ Banga. Um, the list goes on from players we had. We didn't had Ramon Sessions, who I was really hyped about when we had him. Chucky Atkins when we made the trade, right? Shaq when we traded Shaq away. We had Chucky Atkins, Brian Grant, Lamar Odom, Karan Butler. I remember every team. Robert Sacre, oh yeah, remember Robert Sacre? He was awesome. He was just a great guy. He was just a great guy off the bench. Just great energy. He said, married with children, greater than Friends. You know what, man? I was never into Friends. Like my sister used to watch it a lot. But I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That was my show growing up. The Wayans Bros. Married with Children, I would watch from time to time, but I wasn't like huge on it either. But it was funny. I liked it. Um, there was a show called Grounded for Life that I used to love, man. Sean Finnerty and all of them. That was great. There was so many shows, man. So many shows, sitcoms that were just phenomenal back in the day. Uh, just so many, too many to just go through the list. But yeah, but I was never a Friends guy. Like I said, my sister used to watch that show a lot. But because she thought the guys were cute or whatever. But yeah, I found it a little corny, just a little bit. But I'm sure it has this good sense of humor and all of that. There was another one I used to like though that was a little bit better. Oh, the Jamie Foxx show. I used to love the Jamie Foxx show. Jamie Foxx is one of my favorite actors slash comedian slash singers. I still listen to his R&B joints, with all the collaborations and all of that, man. I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan. I'm glad he's alive and kicking. Kareem Rush. I remember Kareem Rush. It was crazy because when we used to watch Kareem Rush, at times he used to get hot and knock down threes. And his body type, he reminded me so much of Kobe because they were both slender and semi-athletic at times. I would confuse them. Martin was definitely epic. I used to love the Martin show. Yeah, all of that, man. All of that. Uh, L.A. Rams GOAT, yes sir. Grounder for Life was fire, wasn't that? Oh my goodness, it was so good. I used to watch South Park, behind my parents' back because I didn't like the cursing and stuff. I used to go to my friends just because they had Comedy Central and cable in the hood was rare, but my friends had it, and I think they had the black box. You guys know what that means? It was illegal cable, so it was a struggle. But we all used to gather around and watch some South Park, man. With a lot of my homies, including God rest his soul, my boy Spike, who recently passed away. But good memories, man. Just watching great shows and sneaking behind your parents' back just to get away with stuff. Oh man, y'all gonna make me go down, take a trip down memory lane. Listen, Martin Lawrence was one of my favorite actors back in the day. Who remembers Blue Streak and National Security and The Black Knight and all of that? We would go to watch all of that at the movie theaters. And we used to go to a movie theater in Norwalk that was really cheap. It was like $2. Like that's how broke we were, but it was awesome, man. It's great memories watching all of those, all those movies. Jamie Foxx and Martin Lawrence show were they were great, man. They were goated for sure. Fresh Prince is always gonna be my favorite though. Always, always, man. Will Smith, Fresh Prince will always have a special place in my heart. Just I feel like he shaped a lot of our childhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like we liked wearing all those colorful hats and the shorts and all of that. I mean, that was so 90s, right? Who didn't like that stuff? And then just his swagger, he was hilarious. We all looked up to Will Smith growing up. My favorite Cartman moment? Oof, I have so many. I mean, starting from episode one, the anal probe, that shit hilarious. I mean, Cartman is my favorite character. It's funny because I had a friend that was just like him, you know? So, yeah, Cartman is definitely my favorite character. Special place in my heart. Uh, Original HBO Def Jam was very funny. I remember those comedy specials. I remember In Living Color. We used to have the DVDs. I don't know what happened to them. Everybody Loves Raymond was good too. There was a couple, man. Sitcom. It was sitcom heaven in the late '90s, early 2000s. I remember, man. We used to sit there and watch a lot of those shows. He said, "I like Anthony Peeler." Anthony Peeler. I don't remember him playing much. I think we got him already when he was older, wasn't? Didn't we get him when he was older? Glenn Rice was nice. It just he wasn't the same as he was in Charlotte. Uh, he said, Sanford and Son, Cheers, What's Happening? I don't remember that show. Sounds familiar though. Chris Rock was great too. Ryan Kelly, Travis Knight, I do remember them. I do remember them. Chris the Cave. Look, the only thing I remember about Chris Kamen is that I didn't want him because he was an ex Clipper. And when we acquired him, I was kind of bummed out. And he kind of proved me right. His claim to fame as a Lakers was laying on the bench after we were getting blown out. So I remember after Anthony Peeler, but my memory's a little murky on him. I don't remember. I remember he was a 3-point shooter, right? 3-and-D guy. I do remember that. Devin George was nice. He was athletic. I used to love his athleticism. Another 3-and-D guy. Okay, that's why I don't remember him much. I really started watching the Lakers in '96. So Peeler getting drafted in '92, don't remember, man. Out of my timeline. Fun fact: Peeler and George Lynch were traded to free up more capable space for Shaq. Oh, okay. Now it's all coming together. Oh, Chris Mim. Chris Mim was low key athletic, man. He was one athletic white boy. He would be catching bodies and posterizing people. I used to like Chris Mim. Fortunately, injuries got in the way, and he never reached his full potential. Another player that never reached his full potential was Xavier Henry. But that's a topic for a different conversation. I used to like Xavier Henry a lot. Like Xavier Henry was definitely my dude. And I thought he was going to be an all-star. I remember just getting hyped about him. He was also posterizing people, catching bodies, and all that good stuff. Anyways, guys, the schedule releases tomorrow, Tuesday, August 15th, right? But only for the in-season tournament. Now, it releases at 12. I won't be here at 12. I'll probably be back like at 1 or 2 p.m. So if I get a chance, I will definitely do the coverage on that. If not, I will definitely get you guys on late night tomorrow as well. Any final questions for your boy? It's about to hit that 30-minute mark. You guys know I like to keep these things to 30 minutes so we can get more views on it and we can keep growing this segment. By the way, the Lakers can only offer Wood the minimum of $2.7 million. Probably the player option added for $3 million for 2024-2025. That's probably why it's not so lucrative to him. He probably wants a little bit more money, he's worth it. And really quick before I get off as well, the University of Kentucky has been selected by Vanessa Bryant to become the first Kobe brand sponsored school. So that's some heat news right there. That is definitely some heat news coming in as far as the shoes go, man. That means more Kobe shoes in Kentucky colors, nonetheless, which is pretty cool. Blue is a cool color. So yeah, that's exciting. That is extremely exciting. How do you guys feel, man? You guys copping any of those? He said, I remember when we thought Doug Christie had Pippen potential when we had him. Yeah, isn't it funny, man? We always get hyped up for prospects, always. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in really quick. This video and all videos are sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you guys do want to show support, make sure you guys check it out. It's a very fun app to play daily fantasy sports. Promo code DTLF gets you 100% deposit match guaranteed on your first deposit, right? So it doubles whatever your first deposit is, all right? So definitely check that out. Much love to you guys, man. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys for tapping in. Don't forget to hit that like button. It truly helps the channel grow. We're almost at 23K and eventually 24. You guys know the Lakers anthem, the new and improved Lakers anthem coming out when we hit 24K. So keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and keep helping the algorithm and the Lakers family grow. I appreciate you guys. Please have a great night. Peace.